The afternoon sun cast long amber shadows across the worn wooden porch of the family home in Lanford. Inside, the living room was filled with the familiar sounds of a household that always seemed to be in a state of gentle chaos. Grandpa stepped through the front door, his face a mask of weary triumph as a large, powerful mixed-breed dog trotted slowly behind him. The animal had white and earthy brown fur with a heart-shaped patch of dark brown fur near his ear and a small cookie-shaped white fur patch on his nose. He moved with a quiet dignity, despite his age, wearing a dark brown leather collar that jingled softly. "Make room on the couch," Grandpa announced as he settled his frame into his favorite chair. Kira jumped up from her homework, her eyes widening with pure delight. "Grandpa, you got us a dog," she exclaimed, her voice rising with excitement. Leo, who usually spent his time tinkering with inventions in his room, pushed his square-rimmed glasses up the bridge of his nose and let out a long breath. "Oh my God, finally something I can love around here," he whispered. "What is with all the squealing?" Grandpa asked with a small chuckle. "This is Lollipop. Someone dropped him off at the Clinic of Noble recently, and he needs a foster family until they can find him a permanent home. I told them to hold on because we are technically a family." Leo adjusted his teal hoodie and forest green utility vest as he approached the dog. "Well, I think it is great that we are fostering a senior dog. While we have him, Beverly Rose, and I can take him out on long, slow walks in the cool night air." Grandpa shook his head slowly. "He is 11 years old, Kira, and he cannot walk much because of seizures. But you can be the one that carries him in and out to do his business." Mary entered the room, crossing her arms as she surveyed the scene. "Mary, you have a doggy," she noted. "Since when are you the patron saint of abandoned dogs?" "Since the Clinic of Neville pays $100 a week to foster animals," Grandpa replied bluntly. "I need the money to pay the mortgage." Mary sighed, leaning against the doorframe. "Hoarding old dogs is a solid plan, or you could just apologize to Ben and go back to work at the hardware store." "Apologize for what?" Grandpa snapped. "For asking for 25% of a business where I do 70% of the work." Darlene stepped into the room looking pale and exhausted from her shift. "You need this job, Dad, and I want my boyfriend to come home. I have enough stress in my life without worrying about what this is doing to our relationship." "I hear what you were saying," Grandpa said, his voice softening slightly. "There are not a lot of people who will tolerate you, and you do not want to jeopardize your last shot." "Not only was I not saying that, but I am not too happy that you were saying it," Darlene replied, her voice sharp. "Okay, I do not want to make things harder on you. I'm not going back in there, but he can still live here." "Oh, thank you," Mary whispered, her relief evident. "Until you are working again, maybe Becky and I can chip in a little extra money this month," Darlene suggested. "Hey, stay out of my pockets," Mary interrupted, her eyes flashing. "I am using the money from my double shifts to pay for some business classes at the community college." Leo looked up surprised. "Wait, you are going back to school? That is great. Congratulations, honey. I figure if I am ever going to get out of factory work, I am going to need a degree," Mary explained. "Does it have something to do with you pretending to be successful the other night?" Darlene asked with a small smirk. "Yeah," Mary admitted with a self-deprecating laugh. "When I was having dinner with Mikey, I was so impressed by the me I made up for him. I want to be just like her." Grandpa looked back at Lollipop, who was already snoring softly. "Well, I set him down, and he bumped into a tree, did his business, and fell asleep in it. Good thing the dog is blind, so he cannot see the looks of pity from the chickens. You might want to put a sign on that box that says, 'Dog, do not throw away.'" The next morning, the house was buzzing with caffeine and ambition. Mary was humming a tune as she moved through the kitchen, her energy levels suspiciously high for someone who had worked all night. "Hey, Downer," Mary chirped as Darlene walked in. "You are awfully chipper for someone who worked all night," Darlene noted, rubbing her tired eyes. "I do not know how you are doing it." "I have a goal and so much caffeine in me that I got out at the last stoplight and danced," Mary laughed. "A delivery man got out and danced with me, but then it got weird and I came home." "You are out of your mind," Darlene said, shaking her head. "You know you have to sleep at some point." "I am going to, but first I have to do some stuff for when Emilio brings Beverly Rose over tonight," Mary said. "I have a big girls' night planned for just the two of us. I have been working so much these past few weeks I barely see her." "Oh, I am sure she is fine. Babies cannot tell time," Grandpa chimed in from the table. "It is either a quarter to hungry or 30 minutes past hungry. They are actually pretty stupid." "We are going to do all the things she loves," Mary insisted. "I am going to warm her up with Tickle Monster, and then I am going to read her the book about the very hungry caterpillar. I play all the parts, and it is pretty compelling." "Yeah, I have seen your caterpillar, and I was not transported," Grandpa joked. Later that day, Darlene found herself at the hardware store feeling a strange sense of nostalgia. Jackie looked up from a pile of paperwork, looking completely overwhelmed. "Hey, Jackie, you look swamped," Darlene said. "I am a little short-handed since Dan quit," Jackie admitted. "So what can I do for you?" "I am looking for red light bulbs," Darlene said. "I did not know you were into photography. Is this for a darkroom?" Jackie asked. "No, actually, Neville is kind of a prude, so I'm just trying to ease him into the freaky thing," Darlene joked. "Is there somebody here?" A voice called from the back. "Help." Darlene turned around, and her jaw dropped. "Oh my God, Molly. Molly Tilden, is that you?" "Do I know you?" Molly asked, stepping into the light. "I am Darlene Connors. Aunt Jackie from next door is right here," Darlene said. Molly laughed, a bright and energetic sound. "Wow, I have not seen you in years. What are you doing now? Last I remember you were working at the lunchbox." "Still am," Jackie said from the counter. "Oh, are you married?" Molly asked. "No," Darlene replied. "You still have that mom you were always fighting with." "Let us cut to the chase. Nothing has changed in 27 years, Zippo," Molly teased. "What have you been doing?" Darlene asked. "Oh God, where would I start?" Molly sighed. "I moved away, and I got married a couple of times. And now I am taking some time off work and back visiting my folks." "Does Darlene know that you are back?" "We have not really stayed in touch," Molly admitted. "Oh right, I forgot about that, the David thing," Jackie said. "What do you have against me?" Molly asked, turning to Darlene. "Nothing. I just feel that we are at that point in our friendship where you should realize that we do not have one." "I mean, what did I ever do to you? Is this because David flirts with me?" "I think you have that backwards," Darlene countered. "You are the one always pulling the touchy-feely routine every time he is around." "Look, I was just trying to be nice," Molly defended herself. "Well, he is not used to being treated that way," "Okay," Darlene said. "All right, look, maybe I came on a little strong the other day, but I was mad at you," Molly said. Just trust me, I am not interested in David, okay? Yeah, right, and I am sure David does not like you, Darlene said skeptically. I know that I did not say he liked you, I said cut the boy toy crap, okay, Molly said. So whatever happened with Darlene and David? Are they still together? Nope, they got divorced, Jackie interrupted. She is with a real solid guy now, a real piece of man candy from what I hear. Molly turned as Ben walked into the store. Molly, this is Ben, the boyfriend of Darlene. How do you prefer Ben or Mr. Candy? Molly asked with a flirtatious wink. Benny replied simply. This is Molly, she and Darlene went to high school together. Oh, so how can I help you? Ben asked. Do you have outdoor speakers? Molly asked. I am laying out in the yard of my folks, and I would like some music. I have a few, let me show you, Ben said, leading her toward the back. Darlene watched them go, her eyes narrow. It was so good seeing you again, I am good, she muttered to Jackie. Later that evening, Darlene was back at the house when her cousin Lupe arrived. Guys, you remember my cousin Lupe, she has been helping me with the baby, so I am taking her to dinner tonight, Darlene announced. Thank you so much for helping Emilio out with the baby while I have been working, Mary said warmly. There's my big girl, come here, Mama. Oh, Mama, what are you hungry? I have some yogurt in the fridge. Oh, she just ate, Lupe said. Oh, okay, she must be overly tired, Mary said, reaching for the baby. She slept on the way over here, she was driving, so I was concerned, Lupe joked. Hey, it is mommy, remember me, Mary said to Beverly Rose. It is okay. You know my hands must be cold here, come here. The baby began to cry, reaching back for Lupe. Mary froze, her heart sinking. Can you take the baby out for a walk, she asked Lupe quietly. Sure, thank you, Lupe said as she stepped outside. She does not want to be with me, she is calling Lupe Mama, Mary whispered, her eyes filling with tears. Let her settle down a little bit, and we will try again, it will be fine, Darlene suggested. No, she is too upset, I do not want to put her through that, just take her back to your place, Mary said, turning away. Are you sure, Darlene asked. I have stuff to do, I have to take my duvet to the laundromat, it is too big for our machine, Mary said, making an excuse to leave. Okay, we will see you tomorrow night. Darlene watched her sister leave, then decided to head over to the house of the Tildens. She could hear the television blaring through the walls. Oh, hi, Darlene, is Mr. Tilden playing the television too loud? He cannot hear a thing anymore, Molly said, opening the door. Fine, Mr. Tilden. No, is Molly home? Darlene asked. Yes, sure, hold on, Molly, one of your little friends is here to see you, Mr. Tilden shouted. I am 44 years old and I have kids, but yeah, that is fine, Molly laughed. Hey, Darlene, this is so cool, did your aunt tell you that I saw her today? Yes, she did, Darlene said firmly. She also told me you were hitting on my boyfriend. Are you kidding me, Molly asked. It has been 30 years, and you are still an insecure little teenage girl. I do not have time for this. Wait, so you did not flirt with him, Darlene asked. No, you psycho, whatever your aunt saw, that is just how I am with everybody, Molly explained. I am a people person. No, to be fair, you were always having sex with other people, is person, Darlene muttered. I was 14, Molly reminded her. Geez, Darlene, I would not do that. I have had a couple of husbands who have cheated on me, so I know how that hurts. All right, yes, sorry, I maybe overreacted, Darlene admitted. Okay, let us start again. How are you, Darlene? Fine, Molly. Heard you have been married a couple times, Darlene said. Yeah, well, the first one was a mistake, and I repeated it just to make sure, Molly laughed. Yeah, I did it a little differently. I took my first mistake and just stretched it out, so it was one really long mistake, Darlene shared. I heard, so how is it with Ben, Molly asked. Oh, great, actually, yeah, it could not be better, Darlene said. Well, if it is so great, how come you came charging over here acting all like you were stealing my man, Molly asked with a smirk. Well, you know, even when things are good, stuff can happen, Darlene sighed. Come on. I have made all the mistakes you can make with men. I have been too clingy, I have been too independent, birthday present, threesome, you name it. Well, Ben was living at the house with me, and he and my dad got in a fight, and now he will not come home, Darlene explained. Threesome, Molly teased. For the birthday of Ben, I got him a reusable metal straw, and he told me he loved it, Darlene said. So are you worried that he is not going to come back, Molly asked. I guess I am just feeling a bit overwhelmed, Darlene admitted. I have a new job, and I have kids, and my dad needs help, and now I have to worry about me and Ben. You do not have to worry, Molly said. I realized a while ago that it does not change anything. Well, if I do not worry, then I have to lean on my negative outlook. Those are really the only two personality traits I have, Darlene said. When is the last time you had fun, Molly asked. How far am I allowed to go back? Here is what we are going to do. We are going to get dressed up, we are going to hit the beer garden, and we are going to get white girl wasted. Molly, that sounds really good right now, but I do not know, Darlene hesitated. Oh, come on, maybe give Ben a reason to worry for once, Molly urged. All right, now you are going to put on your best going out on the town low-cut flannel shirt, and let us do this. I do have some boots that make but look really good, Darlene smiled. Later that night, the beer garden was buzzing with energy. Music was playing loudly, and the scent of pretzels and hops filled the air. I am too sexy for my shirt, Darlene sang along as she danced with a large beer in her hand. It is a lot of beer for a little thing like you, a man at the bar said. Oh no, I am not alone, I am here trying to get my depressed girlfriend out of her head, Molly shouted back. Oh yeah, which one is your friend over there? I am too sexy for my love going to be here, Darlene continued to sing. I am too sexy for this song, too sexy, I am too sexy. Are we having fun yet, Molly asked. Yeah, I think I am, does it look like I am, Darlene laughed. Yeah, come on, yeah, now you do, Molly cheered. Hey, look at us, we are wearing the same shirt, a man said, approaching Darlene. Oh yeah, it is a man, his shirt, what are you doing wearing it, Darlene joked. Can I buy you a giant pretzel, the man asked. Oh wow, a whole pretzel, you do not even know where this is going, Darlene replied. Wow, what, you are flirting, Molly said surprised. I am, yeah, Darlene realized. Oh, I was trying to humiliate him, oh my god, that means I flirt with men all the time. Thank you so much for getting me out, I did not know how badly I needed this. Well, you are 44 years old, how much longer are you going to wait to enjoy your life, Molly asked. I did not know it was an option, Darlene whispered. Just say hi and get rid of him, make sure he knows you are having fun, Molly advised as the phone of Darlene began to ring. Hello, Darlene answered. Darlene, who is this? I cannot hear you over all the fun I am having, she shouted. Where are you? When are you going to be home? Ben asked over the line. Oh, you mean, when am I coming home to my home, where whoever you are no longer want to live, Darlene countered. We need to talk, Ben said. Well, I would love to, but I have to tell Eileen to come on, to our ye, Darlene sang. All right, sorry, I have to go. Darlene hung up and sighed with a smile. I swear what it means at this moment, she said to a woman sitting next to her. So what is your story? Somebody remember your birthday, forget your anniversary, what the woman asked. Worse, it is just Wednesday, Darlene laughed. Haha, I have been there. As a matter of fact, I am there right now. Are you drinking that? Not yet, the woman replied. Well, now that we are friends, would you mind if I took a poll? Darlene asked. Sorry, COVID and vodka is just short of the 70% alcohol the Center for Disease Control recommends to kill the bug. Lucky for me, I got my own cup. Small load, medium load, or large load? How about a medium load? Anything more than that, I want to make love to my husband, the woman joked. You got kids? Darlene asked. I am drinking in a laundromat. What do you think? The woman said. Mine is a baby, and I love her, but I have been working double shifts and I hardly get to see her, Darlene confessed. When I go back to school, it is only going to get worse. That is a tough one. Damned if you do, damned if you do not, the woman said. If I do not, I am not able to give her a better life, but I do not want to lose her in the process, Darlene said quietly. I feel like I am drowning. You know, when I was in high school, I thought I was going to be running the world. What did you think you were going to be doing? Drinking, the woman said. So that worked out for you. Congratulations, Darlene toasted. Back at the house, Grandpa was sitting in his favorite chair when Ben walked in. Oh, you know, I never felt totally safe in this house. It is about time they got a security guard, Grandpa said. Darlene said, you were not moving back, and what are you doing here? Ben asked. I came to talk to her, but evidently she is out on the town living her best life, Ben said. What is with the outfit? Oh, I picked up the graveyard shift at the city impound lot, Grandpa explained. It is not in the freezing cold all night, for what? Ben asked. Just because I will not give you a part of my business, you do not think I am worth sharing the profits for all that I bring to the table, Grandpa challenged. That is insulting, man. My father gave this to me, it was important to him, and 25% is just too much. Is there 1% that is not too much? Ben asked. I mean, I think 10 is a pretty good amount for a guy who was previously a security guard, Grandpa conceded. Deal, Ben said. Well, that is it, Grandpa laughed. Darlene walked in the door, then looking slightly disheveled but glowing. Hey. Oh, somebody had fun. You are drenched in sweat, Grandpa noted. Women do not sweat, we glow with beer that we cannot process through our kidneys, Darlene joked. What are you doing here? Well, I was a little worried by our phone call, and you sounded like you were having fun, so I knew something was not right, Ben said. No, it is actually really right, Darlene said. Look, I know you were worried about the money problems of your dad, but I did something that I think will help that situation down the road a little bit, Ben said. I gave your dad 10% of the business. My God, that is amazing. Thank you, Darlene said with a genuine smile. Well, I figure in 6 months he should make enough money to pay the mortgage without you, Ben explained. And so if you do not want to move out with me, then I am going to have to assume that you do not want us to have a future. Okay, Darlene said. Okay, that is it. Let us talk in 6 months. I cannot keep worrying all the time about what is going to happen, so I am taking the advice of Molly, and I am going with the flow. What does that mean? Ben asked. It means I am going to go make some toast to soak up this beer, Darlene said. So why don't you go back to the hardware store, and maybe tomorrow I will come by and sleep with you. Well, what time tomorrow? Ben asked with a grin. When I am naked in your car, it will be shortly after that, Darlene laughed. The next morning, Mary was sitting on the porch looking much more rested. Hey, you are up early, Mary said as Darlene joined her. Did you have that song stuck in your head all night too? No, just the look on the face of Ben when I told him I was not going to worry about our relationship anymore, Darlene said. What is this? Open it, Mary said, handing her an envelope. Darlene opened it, and her eyes widened. A first-class ticket to Hawaii. What do you say, come with me? Well, what about work? And I mean, who is going to watch my kids? Darlene asked. You will miss 2 days, and one of the other 50 people who live in this house can watch your kids, Mary promised. It is so expensive, Darlene noted. No, not for me. My ex pays my credit card, and I abuse it to get frequent flyer miles, Mary explained. I do not know. I mean, I have always wanted to go to Hawaii. Tuk ti la tua lon muon di bat si you dao, Darlene said, looking out at the horizon. Yes, so let us do it, Mary said. Okay, I am definitely going to consider it, Darlene laughed. It would be really fun to see that village where all the settlers got wiped out by that volcano. I'm going to have to keep you drunk the whole time, Mary joked as they both laughed under the morning sun.